Hi everybody. Today I'd like to share with you my newest design team project for Country Craft Creations. I love doing this project. This collection was so fun to work with and so easy to work with. This collection that I used is the Authentique Cheerful collection. It's very limited in supply, so if it's something that you think you would like to work with, you need to beat a path over to Country Craft Creations and get yours because there's not many of these available. And once it's gone, I'm pretty sure it's gone. Again, this is the Authentique Cheerful collection. This comes in an 8x8 pad. There's 36 pieces in this pad. I used everything. This is all I had left. That's it. I mean, it was just so easy. I just couldn't stop using it. It was so fun. This also came with the collection. This is called Cheerful Components. This comes in this kit. It is a kit of sorts with that 8x8 pad, and you get the components as well, and you also get some lettering. So it's fun to work with, easy to work with. I hope you like what I did with it. Let's get started. This is a 6.5x8 album, the size, and it has a 3-inch spine. Love these papers. They are so fun. I love them. They're so summery, and they are indeed cheerful. What I've done on the front, of course, I've used again, all the papers that are in here are from that collection, that one 8x8 pad, so it goes a long, long way. I did use some of the cut aparts. I used some of those components that punched out and matted. They just work beautifully with this whole collection. I did put a shaker box on the front. I've done shakers in the past. I love them. I think it's a great technique, whoever created and invented it. Thank you, thank you. I put that right up there, sometimes close to the waterfall technique, which, as you guys know, is one of my faves. But I did put a cheerful little shaker on the front and put some beads inside and the word cheerful. I took that from one of the punch outs on the components. These are some of the components pieces as well, and I've matted those. I used some of the seam binding that Tamara sent in the design team package, and I think that really went well. It completed it perfectly. This is the back. I used an ivory colored cardstock. I think that went really well with the overall collection too. So opening this, there's a lot of interaction in this album. I love it. You know me, I don't like to repeat and do the same pages over and over. So I try to make each page a little bit different so that you don't know what to expect at each turn of the page. So I think that's kind of one of my things that I like to do. On the inside cover, again, some more of the beautiful, beautiful pattern paper. I used red cardstock to kind of fill in and base things. And that worked out great along with the cream colored cardstock. There's a pocket, and I used the seam binding that coordinates the red. And this is just a photo mat. This pocket will hold several photos, plenty of space in here to do multiple pictures. I wanted to make sure there was plenty of space for photos, journaling, because a lot of times you tend to forget to do some journaling. You want to do that so that whenever you do look at these pictures down the road, you're like, oh yeah, that's when that happened. That's the date. This is what it was about. So it's a good habit to get into. On this page, as you can see, I've popped up some of these punch outs, and I think that went really well, and it stands it up, gives it some dimension. This is a double pocket on this page. Again, seam binding to coordinate everything. And these are some of the little cute cut aparts, perfect for small photos, perfect for journaling spots. Take advantage of those spots, babe. People, take advantage of those spots. Here is a little card that you can use to, again, add photos here. You can use this as photo mats, or you can make notes about a specific time of the day or specific event that happened that you're actually including in the photos. Okay, turning the page. On this side, you have a belly band going across the front. I like to use belly bands. Belly bands are a good thing because they will, again, they'll hold a multitude of items. whether it be little pocket cards. They'll have photo mats, journaling places, or you can put, you know, little individual booklets. So that's always a good thing to use. And you can use up a lot of the scraps too. I went ahead and I used some of the scraps on this photo mat, and it slides right back in. It's held perfectly in place. I used one of the cut-aparts here. There's several cut-aparts in this collection, and again, they're easy to use, matte, used for journaling spots, uh, photos. They're just really, really, really useful, and there's plentiful. On this page, it's kind of like a double belly band. This slides out, and it's a little bit longer. And again, this would be a perfect place to do some journaling or to put some photos, and you could put several. Several would definitely go into these slots. Turning the page. I thought this was kind of cute. I liked, again, to use some of the cut-aparts. They're just so adorable, and they're so vintage and retro. I love how Authentique uses the vintage and the retro photos to incorporate in their designs and in their patterns. I think that's just so cool. This is another one of the pieces of pattern paper. I went ahead and used this to matte that photo mat. On this page, also on 3 of the pages, there's a total of 6 incorporated in this album. I usually do put 6 pages in my books. So on top of that, a lot of times each page has multiple pages within itself. So that kind of works too. So really there's way more than 6 when you start counting them all. But on 3 of the sets, I've gone ahead and put in a large top load pull-out photo mat. This would be great, as I said, to put multiple photos or some of the large photos. Some of the journaling would be great. I used one of my punches to put a pull on them, so they all have coordinating pulls. And this page this is a photo mat, and it also serves as not only a photo mat or a journaling spot, but you get another one also included in this. So this is kind of a dual purpose. This slides right back underneath this holder. It's embellished with some cute little brads, and again, aren't these papers just too cool? I love these, absolutely love these. Turning the page, here's another pocket on the back. I really, really like this basket weave paper. I think that's so cool. Very picnicky, very summery looking. Let me get this out of the way. I don't want to be distracting. And this is the photo mat that I used here. And you will note also that on this, you could slide the photo right behind here. And you could do journaling on the back. This pocket holds more than just one. It's very, very roomy. So again, load your albums up. There's plenty of space. On this next page, this is multiple pages just like the first one, but they're different. Check out these patterns. Aren't they cool? So, so cool. And I love how the colored seam binding coordinates so well. I love that Tammy carries the different colored seam bindings because 99% of the time they're going to coordinate with whatever you're working on. So that's a good thing. Do you remember the days when you had to get the white and you had to color it and dye it yourself? Oh boy, oh boy. I did a lot of those, but this is so much easier. Some more of the cute cut-aparts that I went ahead and matted. These slide right in behind the bottom stop here. How about that cute little gingham checked paper? Isn't that cool? And on this page, here is another belly band. And I just used some of my scraps to embellish. And I went ahead and used one of the cut-aparts, or actually I think this is one of the punch-outs, to embellish the belly band, to give it a little bit more interest. Turning that page, there's another pocket, and again, one of the cut-aparts has been matted and used for additional embellishing and interest. And on this particular one, I went ahead and left space at the bottom. I do that on some of my photo mats because I thought that would be a good place to put a date or put a name of whatever photo you chose to put on here. So just a little extra something. And on this side, this is just a holder to put down. And this you can slide photos in or booklets right behind it. And some more of the basket weave. Isn't that cool? And I did go ahead and fussy cut this out of some of the pattern paper. I thought that just kind of added some interest to that. Turning the page on the back, look at these fun prints. Aren't they just too cool? And they're vivid and they're colorful. So I had the red stripe from the pattern paper, so I went ahead and just cut out some stripes from my red cardstock and used that to kind of boost up that photo mat a little bit, give it a little bit more depth and interest. On this page, here is a nice low pocket. This will hold several of the cut aparts. These are nice and easy to create, and these will hold lots and lots of photos and journaling spots. Also on this page, I did another little shaker. I thought that was kind of fun. Shakers are cool, adds a little bit of interest, and it's just, you know, a little bit something different to add to a page or a cover or any place in your album. They're easy to do. Don't be afraid to incorporate shakers of different sizes and shapes. They do add interest to your project. Turning the page, on the back side, again, I used some of the cut aparts that I matted and popped the very top one. And this is going to hold several photos, photo mats, journaling spots. You can put several things right behind there and they'll be held nicely in place and aren't going to go anywhere. On this page, again, we have another one of these top load large photo mats that slides in from the top. And also there's a picture frame here, and you can go ahead and slide a photo inside here. As you can see, the photo will slide right in here. I put picture on there. And use some of this very cute, these are ants, I do believe, on this particular pattern. I went ahead and incorporated some of a little piece of the red to kind of set it off. And I think the black and white and red always looks so cool together, don't you? Turning this page, on the back side, you have another very cool pocket and another photo mat. And again, this one you can slide the pictures right in behind it. And this pocket will hold several. It's very, very roomy. I did cut a piece. I thought this was so pretty, the flowers on the basket weave on the paper, and I had a piece of it left, so I cut up a little piece and matted it and used that for an embellishment. So again, I used everything in that collection. It was just so cool to work with. This page, this again has a lot of interaction. This opens, and inside you have a pocket. And I've gone ahead and cut out some of the pattern paper again and matted to use on the pocket. Used one of the punch outs, and these I thought were pretty cool. I just love these little cut aparts. They're so cool. These can just slide right in behind here. You could put photos on the back. You could put journaling on the back. This says let today last forever. These just fit right back inside, right behind here. And again, you can get a ton in here. These fit right back inside. They're not going anywhere. They're going to stay wherever you put them. On this side, this says family pictures, and check out this paper. Isn't this just divine? I love this. Love it. I like how these flowers are all outlined in black. The majority are outlined in black, so it kind of sets them apart and makes them stand out a little bit more. Family pictures, this was one of the punch outs. I thought that went perfectly on here. And when you open this is indeed a pop-up. Who hasn't done pop-ups before? Love them. I've done quite a few pop-ups in different fashions and different ways. This is like a file folder, if you will, pop-up. And I used the basket weave and matted everything on here because I thought that, again, that added some interest to it. That was my take on it. I liked how this turned out. You can put a ton in these pockets. I have 2 photo mats in each one. And I'm telling you, there's plenty of space for a lot more than just 2. Plenty of space. So these fit right back inside the slots. When you close it up, it all tucks right back inside. Pretty neat, pretty cool. And again, for your pop-ups, it's something, you know, that adds some more interest. And it's interactive. I think interactive is a good thing. You don't know what's going to be happening on the next page, but 90% of the time, whenever I do a creation, it's something that you're going to definitely get to move around or handle or, add to. This is another little spot here that you can put photos or anything behind, and it'll hold that in. This says Food Plus Fun Family. I like the stripes. And on this side, you've got a belly band with some more cool papers. And I went ahead again and these papers just coordinate so well together. It's just so cool. On the back side, you have a small stop on the side and some more of the cut aparts. Aren't these just too cute? Then on this page, again, you've got another big giant top load pull out. You could put photos, you could put journaling, you could put several photos. It's just really, really versatile and good size. And I like the pulls on these. The punched pulls. I thought those were pretty cute. On this page, you've got a big belly band. And I went ahead and punched out one of the scallops and used one of the punch outs to put this flower at the bottom. Use some more of the seam binding. And this is a really nice size photo mat as well. This, again, you can slide your picture right in behind that stop on the side. It's going to keep everything nice and tight so that you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. This slides right back in, and the bottom stop keeps it from sliding out at the bottom. So that's kind of a nice thing too. Turning the page, and on the back side, I've used some white little brads to offset the cute little white flowers on this black pattern paper. And this is a nice big giant tag. And again, you can slide photos behind here. You can put journaling. You can put several photos. It's a good size. You could put one underneath this top stop here. This page is going to hold several as well. On this page, have a cute little pocket, and it has a photo mat along with another pocket on the front, so you could add additional photos behind the bottom pocket and on the photo mat pocket. Turning the page, on the back you have another little pocket and another of the photo mat that I used some of the scraps to decorate. I didn't want to let any of the scraps not go unused because they're just so doggone pretty. This one, again, has the side holder here, and I went ahead and did this little photo mat. Something kind of cute and a little bit different, and it coordinates well with the papers that I have on this page. Actually, this whole collection coordinates well together. It's really, really, really usable and friendly. On the back, you've got your side pocket at the bottom, and I have created a booklet. Wouldn't this be a cute place then to go ahead and write a message in about everything that you've put in here, whether it be maybe a special time, a barbecue or a get-together or anything, a summer event? That would be a great place to put a lot of your notes, and it's not really out there so that everybody can read it. Whoever has the album are the ones that would have access to it, so kind of private. On the inside back cover, again, I went ahead and I matted that with the red cardstock. I thought red cardstock and this cream went super great with this collection. And here again is another one of the photo mats. This slides right in behind. And as you can see, it keeps everything nice and together. And that is my creation. The shaker is fun on the front. You can hear it shaking around. But at any rate, I hope that you liked my project. This is my creation. I would love to say that I came up and invented all of these techniques. Unfortunately, I did not. These have been around for many years, ladies, many, many years, long before any of us even began to do scrapbooking. I've done research on several of these, and I even have a book or two, and these books are from like the 50s and before, and there are different techniques that we still use today that were created way back then. So thank you to all of those that came up, those creative people that did create these techniques. I love it. I hope everyone continues to do their take on them and enjoy all of my creations that I put out there for you too. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line. Check this collection out, Authentique's Cheerful. Like I said, it's limited in supply, so once it's gone, it's gone. I will put a link at the bottom of this video and tell you where you can get this collection. I will be putting up several still photos over on my blog, which is www.cross-eyed-cricket-creations.blogspot.com. I will have a link to that as well. So let me get going on my still photos and get those uploaded, and I will definitely yell when ready. I hope you take a minute to subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing several more projects here soon, and I would love to share them. Thanks, everybody.